Hello, everyone.
Hey, pals.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a big day all around.
I am,
We're not on, baby.
What? Yeah, I am. I'm on.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're just not hearing it.
There it is.
Got it? Okay. I'm literally getting hammered as we speak.
That's a little loud.
How's that better? Hello, everyone. All right, Nelson, we'll let it play. Trevor, I don't think you can see us. I'm pretty sure you can't.
I think he means the show.
Oh.
Because I was saying I can't hear. So
I
he
see.
was helping.
I see. This, ladies and gentlemen, since we don't want to get a copyright strike, is not actually a Van Halen. This is a gentleman named Cole Rowland. Whoop. Then we're going to turn Mr. Cole Rowland down, but that is COLEROLLAND. And now we're we're going to go live. And what a mess it's going to be. Ready?
Hey,
Here
you
we
guys.
Go. Hello, everyone. So, woo!
It's a big day, you guys.
The FDO writes about death a lot. Does not handle it well at all.
Well, and I think part of it is, you know, he's sort of a, we're talking about Eddie Van Halen, who died today. And we're both of an age where we saw him in concert and we grew up on his music. And he was a celebrity who sort of did most things right. Like, he had a divorce that went okay. He had, you know, all sorts of things that went okay, like the way that we do them in our personal life. So it's not just, oh, you know, stars are not like us. And so it's hard to hear that after 20 years, his first diagnosis with throat cancer was in 2000. It was actually tongue cancer in 2000 that metastasized. It's a hard thing to miss. It's a hard thing to see happen to somebody who is immortal when you were young. So we're a little upset. A little. We will. We'll get through this. Can I have a paper towel too?
Sure. Here you go. Look, I came prepared.
You know, it's interesting. We'll talk a little bit about it, but let's jump into the other things first, just in case some folks, you know, not.
And as a musician, it's super hard when people who change the game pass on. So we'll try and get past. We'll get past this. Here we go. All right.
You guys thought earlier this summer, all the crying I did, that was hard to watch.
It's a bunch of bull.
Van Halen changed a lot of lives, but for sure.
I'm a man, goddammit. I don't cry at nothing. That's how it works. I'm an American man. American men don't cry. That's all there is to it. We do snot a lot, though. I've noticed.
Hey, Dawn, it's nice to be back with you, too. I say this all the time, but I love hanging out with you guys. We get a ton of email, a ton of text messages, a ton of Facebook messages, tweets, and all that stuff saying thank you guys so much. So glad you do this for us. But
well, generally,
man, we do it for us too.
I know people don't want any more bad news, so we will roll with the bad news and embrace and celebrate a wee bit the life of that fine gentleman. And we're gonna get through some other fun stuff tonight.
Yeah, let's start here, and then we'll obviously head back and forth.
What are we drinking, sweetheart?
We are headed. This is a classic margarita.
Classic margarita.
The Natazi's lovely. Yeah, he's been drinking a little bit already. He got his drink a little early today because EVH went home, you know. So we're drinking a classic margarita. Classic margarita traditionally has either 3 or 4 ingredients, and that's it. If you haven't watched that video that I made, you certainly can. It's at scottsigler.com. I think it's the top post today. Yeah, there we go. And traditionally speaking, it's lime juice, tequila, some sort of orange liqueur triple sec, and a little bit of sugar or agave syrup or something like that. And it's a super classic drink. If you're not a tequila fan, sorry about that. All right, then the drinks the rest of the month that I'm going to be making for you are a little more masking of the tequila flavor, but I think this is a really, really good entry into the tequila month. So. Yeah. Cheers to Eddie. Cheers to you guys. Thank you so much for being here with us, because it turned out to be a much more difficult day than we thought.
We've got a let's go back to Maine. we've got a pup date coming up for you, so some sunshine. We've got This Day in Siglerism coming up. We've got 2 more GSMOAT battles coming your way. We're going to print 2 tickets to the Final Four in all of this.
Hey, Jude, nice to see you out there. I love you.
There will be one more. Get your Kleenex ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to have one more cry fest coming up very shortly. It is National Coaches Day.
So we have a lot of coaches in the family.
A lot of coaches in the family. And, tell them, baby.
And I will tell you, as a celebration of this particular day, I will tell you about the very first time that I met old Coach Sigler, which is what he calls himself. Scott has a father and a brother who are both football coaches. Scott's dad, I think you guys probably know this, but is a Michigan Hall of Fame football coach. Whoops. Let's fix this.
Oh, sorry.
We had a big day.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot of prep.
No, because we were crying.
I was busy not crying. Because as I've mentioned,
here we go.
I'm a man, goddammit. I didn't cry one bit.
So we were on the Rookie Tailgate Tour in 2009, and I'd known Scott, I'd say maybe 10 months, maybe a little bit less. I think we met in April of 2008. Is that when Nocturnal came out? Or Infected came out?
I don't, yeah.
No, 7. So this was 2008.
2007, yeah. Contagious is 2008, yeah.
And then we went on the Rookie Tailgate Tour, and I knew the whole time that the way that it was set up, Rob, who should shortly be joining the chat room because he's been doing that a lot lately, he was going to pick up...
Rob Otto, ladies and gentlemen. World famous raconteur, Rob
absolutely
Otto.
Luminously lovely human being and wonderful, funny, great to hang out with dude. Was going to take over for me driving when we got to Michigan so that I could go home, take care of my job, take care of my work, take care of all that. And and then I was going to pick up like 10 or 12 or 14 days later or something. And so there was all this big stuff. There was going to be the best friend of Scott, who was born on the same day. There was going to be his brother, who's a coach of football, and I didn't know anything about football at the time, or very, very little. I knew Vinny Testaverde, and that was kind of it, and Joe Namath, and then old Coach Sigler. And we show up at the Sigler's house, and they're super lovely. If you've gone to Sigler Fest, if you've ever been to a book tour, you've seen them. They're lovely folks. And immediately, Scott's dad starts to coach. But I don't see it at the time, right? Because we're talking about dinner. Mm-hmm. We're talking about he's going to make Kung Pao chicken. Shrimp?
He makes chicken and shrimp for me, both.
And
with no celery or green peppers, because my dad doesn't hate me.
And I always, you guys know I love to cook, so I'm like, cool, I'm in. Can I do this? And he says this. Sure, here's a bowl of cherry grape tomatoes. Cut them in half lengthwise if you think you can handle it. And I am not a person who has ever coached really in my life. I was an archer in high school, but that's an individual coaching, so it's a little different. And it literally took me years to realize, like, he was saying, like, you can do it? Great. You feel like you need help? Great. You feel like you want to do it together? Great.
My dad, I've only got a chance to watch my brother coach a few times. And when most times I've gotten to watch him coach, he's coaching my nephews, Tyler and Caden, who both were lucky enough to play football for my brother. So when my brother coaches, I just keep my mouth shut because those are my nephews he's yelling at, and it's complicated. But with, that's what I forgot where I was going with this. What was I saying?
Old Coach Sigler, yeah.
My dad has a psychology degree and a teaching degree. So watching my dad coach up 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old young men from Sheboygan, Michigan, who don't even know that psychology is a thing. Yeah. We're just, we're the kings of the world.
Or,
until we show up and meet the emperor of the world, which is a football coach. And he would do these amazing ways to cut you down, yet never, ever, ever insult you. Like my friend Danny Baker's in the room. And Dr. Daniel Baker, PhD, is an incredibly smart person. And so when Daniel would make a mistake on the football field, my dad knew Daniel was extraordinarily smart and never called anybody stupid. He never called, occasionally. I'll tell you one quick story after this story. Here it is. So the way he would motivate kids would be like, Danny would, for example, miss an assignment that he was supposed to do. And my dad would stop practice, blow up, so like, God damn it, Danny Baker, you're smarter than this. You're one of the smartest people I've ever known. How can you be so smart and not do the double team? You know you're supposed to. Come on, Danny Baker, you're the smartest guy in this field. Just do the double. Run it again. And what?
Go ahead.
And so run it again. I'm going to tell two more quick stories. The best line I ever heard my dad say, because remember, he knew we came from a fairly impoverished area where a lot of the kids we went to school with did not get the kind of parental support you would think happens in a white bread area, but it was just a shit show, frankly. Where we grew up was a shit show. And we had one kid named Gary Spray, I think it was, yes. And Gary was Gary was on my second team offense, and Gary is supposed to pull and then block down on this guy and push him out to the side to clear out the hole. And if he doesn't clear him out the hole, then the running back, which was me at the time, comes in, goes through that same hole and up the field. And if Gary does not put on his block and push the guy out of the hole, if he just blocks the guy, then there's nowhere for the running back to go. So my dad had what I still consider to be the greatest non-insulting line ever, and I'm going to try and channel it for you right now. Here we go. I'm going to try and channel it. Blows the whistle. God damn it, Gary Spray! How many times we have to tell you that you have to kick out on that double team? You've got to push the guy. You got to push him out of the way. You fit on your double team. You push him out of the way. Physics is on your side, Gary. Physics is on your side. So you push him out of the way. You know what? Run it again. And Scott, you run that right through that hole again. And if Gary's in the way, you just run your helmet right up his ass and say hi to Gary's head while you're in there. And I was like,
was there a lot of blinking? Like, did he just curse?
Oh,
is
no,
that a full curse? Are we in trouble?
We were falling out because Dad then did this. I forgot the best part. He goes, and what? You know, and when you ram your head up to just say hi to Gary's head while you're in there. And like, this one little crack, he cracked himself up, and he broke his character of the grisly football coach, and it was very, very fun.
So to finish my Coach Sigler story, first I'm going to say, you know what, Rob Otto? You are fucking luminous. I don't care if you think that is an inappropriate adjective for you. You're delightful to hang out with.
You know, on an eclipse night, maybe he's luminous, but I mean, 24/7?
Well, I'm not asking for your opinion. I'm telling you fact. He's lovely to hang out with, and you should all take the opportunity if you can. That said, so I get a bowl full of grape tomatoes, and Coach says, if you think you can handle it.
If you think you can handle it.
Cut these in half if you think you can handle it. And I am so confused as a 30-something human being. I'm like, what? Cut a grape tomato in half if I can handle it? Like, what? But it took me literally years to realize he was coaching. He was saying, like, you can't handle it? We'll help. You don't want to do it because that's not your role or your position? That's fine too. So I love Coach's Day because I'm new to coaches. And anybody giving me bullshit about Vinny Testaverde in the chat room.
No, Vinny was great. And Ruth Carter, Blue Twisted Steel, and Sex Appeal. Dr. Daniel Baker, PhD, and probably Rob Otto remember that phrase as well. We have an amazing Story Smack coming up. We are in the middle of watching this movie. We made it halfway through and then we got sleepy because we're old. It happens.
We were far too young when this first came out.
I would have been 2 when this first came out. Yes, very, very early. But guys, join us on Saturday.
I'd have been 1.
I swear to God, we're not going to talk about the death of Edward Van Halen. Super genius. We're just going to go over this movie together. You guys should watch it in the meantime. It is on, where do we see? Oh, we had to rent it. We had to rent it.
We did. I think it's on Amazon Prime and you have to rent it. But that's always the deal, right?
Yeah.
We always try to keep it under $4 or $5, I think it is. And hope for the best. And Rob just said, I think you need to tell the story of the game video session where the coach caught you walking behind him. So I think we're going to have to do that because we need a little joy today.
Go back to the very... So I'm a very tiny human, you guys. I'm a very tiny human. I had some success on the wrestling mats because I was competing against people my own size. And I'm not a very nice person when I wrestle, which I enjoyed the sport immensely. But in football, when I played football, I was my junior year, I was 98 pounds as a junior in high school. And I bumped up to like 119 senior year, and I wrestled at 126. Separate story. So I obviously, even for a small school like Sheboygan, which was a dominant high school program, I'm not going to get on the field a lot. So my contribution to the team was in practice, I would learn the other team's offense. And then, of course, Dad, because he was so smart, would draw plays on these big white poster boards. So when we were on second team, which meant we pretended to be the opposing team's first string offense, you'd come up in the huddle, hold it up. Everybody in the huddle can see it. The defense behind us full of just mean ass dudes. Like we had like 8 all-conference players and 3 all-state. It was a rough time for us as the scrubs. They couldn't see it. We could see it. Look at the play. I already knew the plays, knew the offense for all the other teams. And so I took it very, very seriously because my dad's a coach. I'm not a very good player. I'm very tiny. I'm going to contribute this way. So we would practice super, super hard. And there's other stories involved with that. But once the game starts, unless we got up by 30, I'm not getting in the game. And I have a very, very short attention span. It's really a constant struggle for me my whole life. And you can imagine what I was like at 16. Just all the time. I was a walking Jacob's ladder all the time.
Or, like last Thursday.
And so I had to find something to do to entertain myself. Because, of course, you know what? You guys are supposed to be watching what happens in this game. Because next man up, somebody goes down, you got to step in there. I'm like, dude, I'm third string quarterback. And when the second string quarterback got hurt, he moved a halfback over to take my place. I'm pretty sure when I get in the game, it's not going to be a mission critical situation. So what I started to work on in practice and in the game was doing an impression of my father, which you are hearing this evening. God damn it, Danny Baker, you're smarter than this. And I had his mannerisms down, and I had his speech patterns down, I had his walk down, right? And so the games are going on, and we're up by 20. We're just There's Charlevoix, I think it was. We're just crushing Charlevoix.
Fucking Charlevoix.
Charlevoix.
Always posers. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but fuck it.
We play them. We dominate the game. I think we won like 56-7 or 10. It was a big blowout. When you play high school football, Friday night's game night, right? Cool. Saturday you get off. Sunday, you get most Sunday off. Then you come in and you get to watch film on Sunday evening, and then back to school, back to practice on Monday. And in Sheboygan, where we played, in any program my dad coached, film study is very, very important. Kids get to come in, especially if you want. You get to laugh. You get to have fun. You get to goof around with their friends. When the film's on, the coaches are talking. Everybody's very serious, because they will rewind the plays over and over and show everybody what they did wrong and coach everybody up. So we have a play where I believe the player's name was Derek Woodgate, and he was playing defense, and he intercepts a pass, and he takes it up the sidelines, all the way up, scores a touchdown, interception return. And everybody's in the, we all got like, mine was Big League Chew. I had a pouch of Big League Chew, and then the Big League, whatever the Big League brownies were, and everybody got to bring their favorite treats, giant Mountain Dews. Everybody's having, Woodgate got a touchdown. That's great. We're all hanging out, having a great time, laughing, because, we're like 6-0. Things could not be better. And my dad rewinds the VHS. It was VHS at the time. Rewinds it, comes back, plays it again. We watch, and Dad, we think he's rewinding it because we want to celebrate. In the Sigler culture, you celebrate the wins. Any win, no win is too small to celebrate. Watch Derek run it back again for a touchdown. It's so great, Derek. Way to go, Woody. Nice job. Rewinds it again. Pick. Okay. Gets picked. Now he's rewound 3 times, a guy doing a pick 6. People are starting to get a little bit nervous. We're not sure what's going wrong. And after the 6th time he rewinds it, the room is dead quiet. There's no corrections to be made. It was an interception for a touchdown. And then as he's rewinding, he starts to shorten the rewind time to Derek. Instead of intercepting here and running back for a touchdown here, it's just here. And as Derek's running in front of the sidelines, and my dad's right there doing this, I am 2 steps behind him, mimicking his every move. And everybody got real quiet because everybody knew I was in a lot of trouble. And then then I had to sit there and watch the next hour of film review, knowing that my disciplinarian father was going to have words with me when I got home. But that is one of the worst sinking feelings I've ever had. It was really terrible. But he just chose to let it rewind till everybody knew what he was looking at, and then let me stew in it, knowing when I got home I was gonna be in big trouble. So that's my funny story. All right, what else we got?
So we have a handful of Sigler-brations and Sigler-sadbrations too. A couple, 2, 3. But first, I'm going to say that there are 10 episodes left of or less than 10 episodes left of Nocturnal. We're on episode 35. I've had a handful of questions about what comes next, and I will tell you that some folks have asked for the original Rookie remastered, and we're not going to do that because things have been Lexile scored. So if teachers go out and want to add that to their curricula and end up finding a non-YA version, that could be detrimental. So we're not doing that. And some people have asked for Infected, the thing, or
let me
Earthcore, the thing that started it all, but we can't do that.
Let me interrupt for one second because it looks like we're on the front page of Facebook again. So this time I am prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, let's go back to Maine. Boom.
Hi, guys.
If you do not know who we are, I am Scott Sigler, #1 New York Times bestselling author. You see all these books? I wrote all these. Mm-hmm. You guys can go find them on Audible, on Amazon.
See all these books? I can send them to you.
In your local
if you'd like to buy them at scottsigler.com/shop.
We do this every Tuesday and Thursday. We get together with all of the fans. We hang out for an hour on Days to Start with a T, and we talk about fiction stuff, fun stuff, fan stuff, me stuff, A stuff. This is my wife, A. Sigler, right here. And we generally try and bring positivity into the world, because if you want negativity, you can go find that in a lot of different places. Well, but it ain't got no home here.
And to be fair,
we are positive. God damn, we're positive.
And to be fair, positive doesn't include only happy things. You guys have been with me through migraines. You've been with me through a death of a friend. You've been with us through this thing, which is hard for us. There's been a whole lot of hard things going on, but you know what? Hard and authentic is still good. And so we're here to be authentic with you. We're not going to talk about conspiracy theories. We're not going to talk about all that, but we are going to talk about this 2020, y'all. What?
You know what? And let's get, we'll come back to Sigler-brations and Sigler-sadations. Sadler-brations?
Sigler-sadbrations? What are we going to do first?
We need some help. What we're going to do is we're going to go over, let me get this queued up, and we're just going to get this out of the way.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this. You really want to do this to yourself? Oh my goodness, you guys!
I queued up the video, dog. There's no choice. It's gotta be done. Hold on. Wait a minute. Pause.
Marlo, congratulations!
What do you do?
Marlo is a she, and she is on. I believe is on a yes, because I see their lovely wedding photo, and she's on vacation and celebrates a 10-year wedding anniversary on Friday. Congratulations!
All right. Congratulations. Is that Marlo Ann Lord?
Yes. Also, okay. Nelson, I think you get all the experience points for this episode because he said lamentations, which is the fucking answer. Swear jars are suspended on Saturdays.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's just talk about this for just a moment so I can be done with it and move on with my life. This is Mr. Edward Wolfgang Van Halen, the lead guitarist for the band Van Halen, a gentleman who, what I consider to be genius in this world. I always use the Tony Hawk example. Is the stuff Tony Hawk did 20 years ago, you literally now have 13 and 14-year-olds who can replicate those at one time considered to be impossible motions. But people like Eddie Van Halen and Tony Hawk, who invent the thing that nobody has ever done before, the person who creates something, a technique, a style that has never existed until that human being came into this earth. To me, that is my personal definition of genius. If you are an incredibly intelligent human being and you can replicate the research or actions or operatic voice or something of other people, you are rare. It's rarefied air. You're an amazingly talented individual, and you can do things that 99.9% of humanity can't do. It's the people who create a thing that didn't ever exist before, to me, who move the species forward, especially in the world of arts. And Mr. Edward Van Halen, I don't know why I have subtitles on. Not my.
Well, that's okay though,
It's
because
actually
that's
quite
gonna
helpful.
yeah, it's helpful.
We can't play audio for you guys because we'll get blasted. So everybody watching live on YouTube would get kicked out. But this is Edward Van Halen, who is one of the most influential American musicians in history, and some people might not understand his relevance because he was in rock and roll, particularly pop rock and roll. But this gentleman almost single-handedly reinvented the way the instrument was played.
And I'm not sure a lot of people will understand that Thriller riff was Eddie Van Halen's,
Yes,
unless
Eddie-
they were our age when it came out on MTV.
I didn't know that till I listened to the Van Halen. The Van Halen's tour manager did a wonderful, wonderful audiobook. I can't remember the name of it, but I was like, what? Eddie did that? Yeah, and I had not known. But this gentleman, as A said, people of a certain age grew up with Van Halen. Whether you like Van Halen or not. Oh, that's a dog.
It's a cute dog. We'll take that too.
We'll go back to Maine. That's about it. But to celebrate someone who reinvented an instrument that has been played by tens of millions of people, to do something that's never been done before, have such an incredible musical ear, to get to create music that we all still sing to this day. And for people of our generation, this guy was summer. This guy was school's out. This guy was...
This guy's my very first kiss.
Very first kiss.
This
Very
guy's
nice.
my very first kiss at a 5150 tour.
When we were young and we didn't understand what death was, and we didn't really understand what disease was, and the fall of Western civilization, etc. It was all about just hanging out with your pals and listening to rock and roll and just loving life in a way that is both not as magnificent as the way I love life now, and more magnificent than I will ever love life again. All at the same time. It's great stuff. Okay,
and
so
here's the thing. Let me say this.
Okay.
I will say Eddie Van Halen, one of the things that he did was he, without knowing he was creating a thing, he created this double tap method of playing guitar. And he didn't mean to do that. And he just was
sounded good to
self-taught.
him. Yeah.
He was self-taught, and he was a virtuoso. And I know this is going to sound all kinds of drama. I do. I get it. But I also don't think I'm wrong. There are other people who do that thing. And I'm going to pick one, and it's a big one. So, hold on to your panties. So did Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
Isaac Newton looked at a thing and said, wait a minute,
That's exactly
I'm going to do
what
it
I'm
this
talking
way.
about. Yeah. He did it way nobody's ever done it.
It isn't that Eddie Van Halen is a more deserving human of human rights than I am. It's that he did something that made us better humans. And he did it without owning it. He did it without ruling it. He did it without insisting that it was just his. He shared something beautiful with the whole world because it was the right thing to do. And that makes him I know this sounds dramatic. That makes him Linus Pauling. It does. It makes him Isaac Newton. It makes him fucking Galileo. It just does. I know Galileo changed the way we build buildings, and Eddie Van Halen changed the way we listen to music. That said, adding to the basic human knowledge in a non-possessive way is a beautiful thing, and I think he did that really, really well.
And then if I can find it, I'm just going to tilt this back for 1 second, sweetheart. The walk-up guitar solo in Hot for Teacher, to me, there it is. Look at that. when you were,
and look at him, he's happy.
When you were 14, 15, and that was the thing with Van Halen. It was so friggin' happy. Everything was happy. He was happy to be playing. He was happy to be in this band. They were happy guys, despite what was going on off stage. This was just insane. Look how fun this is.
Yeah, and he was okay. Look, I'm not going to take away from the fact that he knew he was making $1 zillion doing this. He knew that he was ensuring his financial security and his future security and all that stuff. And as an American, that's very important.
The clock is slow.
That said, that's not what he was smiling about in that photo.
No,
what he was smiling about in that photo was like, are you kidding me? Is this my real life?
He also
this is my real life?
He probably got to meet the girl in the jail cell too, so that the detention girl. So I mean, that's probably
yes, but that's still is this my real life? I will tell you a secret about this. This looks a lot like my junior high school.
Oh.
And so when this first came out, I was super tweaked that this might be my actual junior high school, but it was not.
I laughed so hard when I saw this video that Alex wanted to become a gynecologist. And then, of course, Michael Anthony, who's still alive, which is just weird that he outlived Eddie. Is just weird. That's cancer for you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's our man. Edward Van Halen, temporarily relaxing in the Bellevue mental ward. And he's making good progress, I'm told.
So let's get on with the rest of our sort of Sigler sort of brations.
Siglementation.
No, we're going to start with actually Sigler celebrations.
Go ahead.
One celebration is, this is, if you guys are here because you have ever been to a Sigler Fest, this is a Sigler Fest weekend. Weekends in October, that might be Columbus Day weekend is every Sigler Fest except for the very first one, which was a proof of concept, and that was in Baltimore. Otherwise, they've always been in Las Vegas, and they've always been Memorial Day weekend. So recently, that has been this weekend. We're seeing lots of things on the Facebook feeds of people having shown up. Gordy is doing a lovely tribute. Sherry, I saw your post today. Shannon, I saw your post today. So there are so many things there.
I didn't see any posts because I was writing. So thank you. I'm going to assume thank you, but that I don't know.
Yeah. We miss it just as much as you guys do. We hope to be able to come back in April. I'll be honest, I'm not terribly hopeful at the moment, but we're going to work on that in December.
Real quick, Emily McGregor, she says, I've got a mixed Siglementation. She is spending her last night before major surgery with us and with all of you junkies. So,
and Emily, if you want to shoot me
shout out, dog. Give her a shout out.
Absolutely, all the good vibes. I have been through I am not the healthiest human that has ever lived, and I've been through a handful of, the night before a major surgery, a minor surgery, a little thing that became a big thing. So anything you need that we can do for you, or these guys can do for you, you send me an email and you let me know.
Shout out.
Absolutely.
All right, what else we got?
Also, we have, now that I said the general Sigler Fest thing, we also have this. I think it was 5 years ago. Shannon, who was in the chat room, and her gorgeous spouse, Jen, who was in the chat room, they came to Sigler Fest and announced that they were having the most magical child on earth, who is M, and now exists in the world and is wonderful.
What's her full name again?
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say, so I'm not going to say.
Well, her middle name is Scott Carl Sigler. Did you know that?
Okay. I'm not sure if that's, in fact, I'm sure it's not true.
Fact.
But so that happened, which is lovely because it happened at Sigler Fest. Going to Sigler Fest was important enough to that family that they wanted to share with us, this family, this Sigler family. I mean, all of us Sigler family, not this Sigler family. Another one similar to this, Jennifer and Daniel Lundy are in the chat room tonight, and I believe, was it 4 years ago, 5 years, 6 years ago today? I can't remember.
Didn't we celebrate that a couple of days ago?
No, their first date.
Oh, the first date.
But their proposal, I think, was today. The anniversary of their proposal was today. And that's such a magical thing. Like, if you guys share any of your lives with us, that's gorgeous and lovely, and you don't have to do that. That you share precious moments of your life with us is insane.
Speaking of precious moments, Lundys, if you do decide to have a child, I assume the child's middle name will be Scott Carl Sigler. That's just
nobody is going to name their child anything Scott Carl Sigler last name. Nobody's doing that.
Everyone should do it.
Think about how that would sound for you.
I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it.
This is my beautiful baby boy, Scott Carl Sigler.
Yeah.
Or I guess it would be Scott Carl Sigler.
No, I don't have to name my own child's middle name, my middle name.
Dude, look, Dr. Nicole Galucci has your answer.
What does she say?
In the chat room, she says, I'll give my next dog that middle name.
Fabulous. Take it. I'll take it.
I knew he would love that. I knew that would be fine.
Just name the dog Scott Carl Sigler. That's fine. The human gets a first name and a last name. A dog should just have my name.
So we got a couple, 2, 3 more things.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Just see what Jen Lundy said? Yes. She said Sigler will be the middle name. Thank you very much.
Jen is one of the most graceful, gracious people I know. Really true.
As far as Packers fans go, sure.
I really hope you don't follow through on that. And you do whatever you want to do if you have a child.
Harry S. Truman's middle name was Harry Scott Carl Sigler. Truman. Fact, son.
Listen,
check your facts. Check your Wikipedia, son.
This is absolutely a wild and woolly SIGLERinPLACE, but we kind of got to get a little closer.
You know what's great is who spun us out of control? Friggin' Edward Wolfgang Van Halen spun us out of control.
It's the best. It's the best. Lutefisk. I can't remember what his middle name is. It's definitely not Lutefisk.
It's not Lutefisk.
No.
Wolfgang.
No. He has another name that starts with an L. It's like Edward
I know what it is.
Ludovic.
I know what it is.
Ludovic.
Edward Wolfgang Lot Carl Sigler Van Halen.
No, it's the other. The second one is the L.
Oh,
so
I
it would
see.
be blah, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah. Anyhow,
we've
so we
lost
have a
control.
couple, 2, 3
Hit 'em,
other
baby.
things.
Then we gotta
There
get
are
into some GSMOATs.
Siglamentations. Ginia, I know that you're not going to see this until tomorrow. And you guys, Ginia Gonet, Virginia, she is in the chat room. She's not here tonight because she's flying back east. Because in the last few weeks, her dad was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer that has already metastasized. And they are just managing the hospice. And so she's flying back, and she sent an email saying, I'm not going to be able to see tonight because I'm flying, but I want to share with you because I love the support of my junkie family. So she's having a really rough time, and the one thing she asked for was good vibes. So if you have any good vibes for Virginia Gonet is her name, and she uses her name on Facebook Live a lot. She comments a lot. She's not here tonight, but if you have any nice things to say to her while her and her family are going through this terrible, unfortunate, and can't even quite manage it time, please go ahead and send them in the chat room because I know she's going to watch when she can.
Good.
And then the only other thing I want to say.
Not that good. Good that you shout them out in the chat room.
Yeah, exactly. The only other thing, this is neither a Siglerbration or a Siglamentation. Siglet. I don't know what it is.
It's a great idea. Keep working on it. Throw stuff out in the chat room.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Facebook Live at Jonathan Mayberry. There's going to be a live panel with Jonathan Mayberry, Peter Kleins, our gorgeous friend Ray Porter, and our brilliant, luminous, I used luminous already tonight, so I will use a different one.
Please.
Productive and prolific friend Jonathan Mayberry.
Please. Oh, wait. I thought you were talking about me. Damn it.
So Jonathan Mayberry, Peter Kleins, Ray Porter, and my lovely Scott Sigler are going to be doing a panel tomorrow about creators.
Who has 2 thumbs and looks like he should be meeting with Stephen Miller all the time? This guy. That's right. That's right.
Are going to be having a panel about creators and creators from a writing perspective and a narrating perspective tomorrow. And I will tell you that when Earthcore came out, we had a panel with Ray and it was supposed to be Jonathan too, but Jonathan got the flu. It was supposed to be Ray Porter, Jonathan Mayberry, and Scott talking in person at Mysterious Galaxy, and Jonathan got the flu and he couldn't join. And it ended up being a lovely conversation about how a creator like Ray, who is an actor and a narrator,
Dark Side Ray,
creates a narration and a book and whatever. And Scott, who how is that different from what he wrote? Okay, so you guys should tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. on Facebook Live / Facebook.com/Jonathan Mayberry.
That's right. That's right. All right. Thank you, baby. I would have totally forgot to put that in there at all.
Sure. I know you've had a big day.
I'm incredibly upset. Let's go. Sip it.
And Seth, that's a good idea. I will see if he'll send a text about that tomorrow because it's easy to forget.
But I would like another one.
I know, it's right there.
Site. Here we go. This week in Siglerism, we have this amazing site called siglerpedia.scottsigler.com, where we have a lot of information, all the books, the incredibly deep web of threads between all of the books in the Siglerverse that is largely managed by Carmen Wellman and John Viscara. And as you can see here, October 6th, real quick, we were in the middle of The Detective back in 2019. Siglerfest 2K16 was at the Orleans in Las Vegas, Nevada. Speaking of Jonathan Mayberry, I had the release V-Wars Night Terrors, featured my story, The Hippo. And we were, in 2014, we were shipping, 6 years now. We were shipping The Champion, book 5 in the GFL
which was
series.
The most favorite Hell Week, but oh my God,
it was rough.
Years
so
ago.
it's been 6 years since I put out a GFL book. We're going to correct that with two of them for you in the next 6 months.
Yeah, so let me back up for just a second.
Okay.
Alan Sloan, 4 p.m. in Pacific time. Always everything I say is Pacific time, and it all needs to be managed for whatever time zone you're in. Thank you for the reminder. Also, Tanner Duncan, you can watch, if you're on Facebook, which it looks like you are, you can watch right on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Jonathan Mayberry. You have to be there at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Jonathan does great Q&As. He does great panels. He does great stuff. It's a really, really fun way to do this. I enjoy his writing a whole lot, and he does a Wednesday AMA at around the same time, and it's really, really fun. So if you want to switch to that, that's Peter Klein's. If you haven't read Peter Klein's,
Peter Klein's owes me $20. I would like to point out that Peter Klein's owes me $20 goddamn dollars.
Because because he's also a San Diegan. Jonathan and Peter are San Diegans. Ray lives in LA-ish, Pasadena.
So you guys can't see this,
Calabasas, something.
It's JONATHANMABERRY. You're going to want to go there. Let's go back to me. Let's go back to me. Let's get the camera on me, because that, honestly, what's this all about, ladies and gentlemen? It's about me. It's all about me. Right, so now we're going to real quick knock out our sponsor. And then we're going to get it. We're getting the GSMOAT. We're going to find out our finalists. Here we go.
So here's the thing, crazies. I picked Stand Up to Cancer because this month is recognized as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But cancer sucks in general. And so I thought I would find a cancer organization. A lot of the things that I do for our chosen charity each week are things that either work communicatively and globally and share information all around the world with labs all over the world, or are very broadly reaching and looking out for things if I can. And that's why I chose the last cancer charity we chose was Memorial Sloan Kettering, because they share information and actual materials. They share stuff like that all over the world. So I picked Stand Up to Cancer because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And then today it became even more so.
Wolfgang Luke Fist Van Halen passed away from cancer.
So we always make a donation to the charities of choice that we feature on SIGLERinPLACE. I always choose something that is easily shareable in case you are not in a position to make a fiscal donation or financial donation or monetary donation. You can just share it, and that would be good too. We always make a donation. We always make it on behalf of Sigler Junkies. So
yes. All right, so now we're going back
and
to
Kim Hansen, you are abso-fucking-lutely correct. Fuck cancer, fuck cancer, fuck cancer, fuck cancer.
You know what? I can't control her saying it. I controlled you typing it, because that's just the way it goes. All right, I think we are now back to...
I mean, we're on the pup date, but it's about to get hard.
No. You know what? Then let's... excuse me, what? It's about to get hard.
Well, I meant difficult.
No, we did the difficult stuff. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a hard day. The politics have been hard. The dealing with leadership in particular areas has been difficult. Dealing with the loss of one of the great musical geniuses of our lifetime has been difficult. That is why we have you covered with the pup date. Reese and Squeaks in his house. This is Reese and Squeaks exploring the ocean. You may not know this, but the Pacific Ocean was undiscovered until Reese and Squeaks stumbled upon the shore on a random walkabout one day. And as you can see, that is on the left. This is photographic evidence of them discovering the Pacific Ocean. And on the right, you can see Reese looking at Squeaks and saying, hey, is it this is a pretty big body of water. Do you think this is significant? I think this might be significant. And on the right, you see Squeak saying, did you hear what he said to me about the Pacific Ocean? I swear to you, it's as if she has never discovered a salty body of water in her entire life. So there you go. There's our pup date.
What's interesting about this is that you picked a pup date. Both of these photos are from Scott's, what is it called? A Hail Mary play?
Hail Mary Pass. I don't know where this is going, but okay.
Both of these photos are from the day after I found out that Grant Imahara died this summer.
Oh.
And Scott was like, you know what? I have a plan. I have a way to make you feel better. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm fine. Nothing's going to be better. He's like, get in the car.
To fill in our viewing compromised viewers, on the left side of the page, you see Reese and Squeaks walking shoulder to shoulder, with the ocean to their right, waves crashing in, very small waves. And on the right, you see Reese looking stoned as fuck, talking to Squeaks, who looks like she wants to kill everyone, but quietly kill them in their sleep.
And Maria also gets experience points for today because she just put in the chat room on Facebook, I can just hear Reese going, "Guys, we found the Pacific Ocean. You guys, we found it."
You've talked about the Pacific Ocean. It's pretty good. I mean, the Atlantic Ocean is also the Atlantic Ocean is also pretty good, but the Pacific Ocean is pretty nice. Thank you very much for bringing us here. All right, I think that's it.
So that is we have now we're moving on to we have to talk about the GSMOAT. We do.
It's time to talk about we have some updates on GFL 6 coming up after the GSMOAT. Diehards, hang tight. It's time to talk about the GSMOAT. It's a giant moat full of sports movies. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Many thanks for that, sir.
You can see how far we have come. No pun intended. Oh, yeah. How far we have come in the GSMOAT. Look at this. And now we're going to talk about, tonight, we're going to stamp 2 tickets to the Final Four. Who is it going to be? Let's take a look at the paths that these teams have taken to get here. Fields of Dreams, a 2 seed, defeated Warrior, then Days of Thunder. Tom Cruise could not mix enough drinks, could not Top Gun it up to the upper shelf. He could not be inverted in order to move on.
Sad. I'm so sad.
Kevin Costner, with his gills and everything, moves on. And in the top part of the bracket, the number 1 seed, the greatest actor of our generation, of all generations that has ever existed, Mr. Lord Gene Hackman. He's been knighted. The Queen knighted him. It's a fact.
Sure that's true.
It's a fact.
And if he was, he would be a sir, not a lord.
Sir Gene Hackman is in Hoosiers. Defeated Whippet, a strong contender, and then Creed, another strong contender. You look at the pedigree of what Gene Hackman and the gang with the very tight shorts from Indiana has done. It's impressive. On the bottom, we have Any Given Sunday, Mr. Beeman, working his way through, first defeating Prefontaine, was a foregone conclusion, defeating Space Jam, which we weren't sure, and now he faces the man who made beating his meat famous. The man who made
I'm sure there are people who did that.
Pounding the beef, slapping that flesh. You can see in the bottom right corner of the screen. You know
I
what?
noticed.
And snarl while you smack that flesh, Rocky. Let's go ahead and break some of that boner. What's up, babe?
I noticed there's no sausage in that warehouse.
It's you can't see it. You know why?
Because it's too small to beat?
Because he hid the sausage.
Oh, nicely done. Hang on, I gotta do it. You get that one. You get it tonight.
He hid the sausage. Now, we're going to take a look. Look, I've been predicting to all of you people.
Look at the dolphin.
The goddamn evil genius that is Daniel.
Yes.
Daniel Scott Carl Sigler Lundy. You knew this was coming. When he was at rank 16, I told all y'all, watch out for the dolphin, bitches. Watch out for the dolphin. He's shifty. He's got no limbs. He's just got fins. He's shifty AF.
I feel like that is totally a ring walk-up thing. He's got no limbs, but he does have fins.
In the wet corner with no limbs, Grayskin defying the laws of physics with the amount of speed he can concoct out of flying through the water.
And the nicest dolphin you have ever met in your life.
Nah, he's a Seahawks fan. I don't know about that. He's
crazy. Still the nicest dolphin. How many dolphins do you know?
One.
That's my point exactly. But he's also a very nice human being.
So after we do these 2 games, you guys, we're going to go ahead and do these 2 matches, and we're going to come back to the leaderboard and see how Mr. Daniel the Dolphin Lundy, agent to the stars, has done. Here we go. Let's get over to the matchups, ladies and gentlemen. Now it is time for the only improv you will ever hear me do, because my job is to write books. My job is not to improv, because I'm not very good at it.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to keep doing them.
And it is time! Tonight's matches will mint 2 tickets to the Final Four, which will be held in Onaway, Michigan, capital of commerce throughout all the land. In the right corner, he's wearing the tight faded jeans with the pegged legs. He is standing in front of what's supposed to be corn but looks a lot like pine trees that were not given enough fertilizer when they were young. He apparently is standing in front of the moon and no one knows why. He is psychotic. He is hearing voices that don't exist. He is Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams, and his opponent, a 1 seed who apparently has lost his sneakers, and they're not very good sneakers with the goddamn high top kids.
He might have been
and
drunk.
Who can play basketball on that one? We don't know. The greatest actor of the history of mankind, a #1 seed. It is Gene Hackman in Hoosiers.
Sort of feel like I gotta say, please don't hurt him, Hackman. That was a crazy, crazy walk up. That was a lot of walk up.
Please, Hackman, don't hurt him. And now we're going to move on to the other walk up. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All ad hoc, all off, spur of the moment. Here we go. In the right corner, it is Willie Beeman, who likes to vomit a lot. And if you have read the GFL, you might notice that Quentin Barnes also likes to vomit a lot. It could be an influence, but we won't say for sure because we don't want to get a YouTube copyright strike violation. Cameron Diaz, James Woods, LL Cool J, in the blue face, in the yellow face, Al Pacino, Dennis Quaid, and Jamie Foxx in the football spectacular any given Sunday. And their opponent on the left with the all-white poster and the red trunks. Why is he walking away without changing or taking a shower? One has to wonder about this Philadelphian's hygiene. It is Sylvester Stallone, and what many have said is the greatest sports movie ever made of all time, and that includes all time in history. Even if you can time travel, you're still going to wind up back at this one. It is the boxing movie, Rocky.
All right, I have a serious question.
Yes, ma'am.
Why were you so tuned in to the fact that he hadn't showered when he's walking away with a ghost from the 1800s? The fuck is that outfit she's wearing?
You should have told me that on the slide so I could have pretended to make that up in the next ring walk up.
I mean, I should have. Yeah. I didn't realize you were going to lose your mind about the shorts, though.
But look at his shorts, dude. At least roll down the goddamn... Take off the boots, maybe? Something? What is this?
Look, I don't know Tommy Crandall. I don't know you, Tommy Crandall. I do not know you.
Okay.
But Grimace bludgeoned Mayor McCheese to death with the femur of a woolly rhino.
Fact.
Is the best thing I have read all day. I have no idea why that's there, but I love it.
Baby, you don't know Tommy Scott Carl Sigler Crandall? He goes way back. Me and Tommy go way back. Obviously, he named himself when he was a child after my first last middle name.
Apparently so. So here's the thing. We're going to do 2 more things, and the rest might not be so crazy.
We got to announce the winners.
We should, yes.
Okay, here we go.
That's one of the 2 things.
Here we go. We are minting 2 tickets to the Final Four. As you can see, the winner of Hoosiers, Field of Dreams, Rocky, Any Given Sunday, is going to move on to the Final Four of the GSMOAT, the greatest sports movie of all time. Here we go. And I have not seen these scores yet, because this is a completely legit sporting event. And wait a minute.
Oh, Lord.
No, that's
Lord.
No, that is correct. We are looking at a 1 seed versus a 2 seed. And the judges, this fight has gone the distance. 5 5-minute rounds with 6-ounce gloves. In the right corner with the peg jeans, it is... Shit. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, in the right corner, hailing from a cornfield somewhere in the Midwest of America because we invented corn. Fuck you, the rest of the world. With 56 votes, it is Field of Dreams. And the number 2 seed Field of Dreams up against the number 1 seeded Hoosiers, the greatest actor of all time, Gene Hackman, the number 1 seed who somehow lost his shoes, which are going to wind up on an electrical line for no particular reason, with 25 votes. An upset! The number 2 seed upsets the number 1 seed. Field of Dreams moves on to the Final Four, and Gene Hackman goes down, but if he goes down, he does it better than anyone else that's ever lived. That's the case. All right, this is hold on. That's a big upset, baby. That's a big upset.
I mean, here's a crazy thing. Can we go back to the main? Because
upset.
What's so crazy about this is this. Remember, I spent some time. We talked with you guys about it. I was really like frustrated in the beginning of the movie bracket, and Scott kept saying to me, "Hey, it's fun because it's unpredictable. It gets unpredictable by the nature of the bracket." And I was like, and you know what? He's absolutely right, because I would never have predicted this. And I'm You know, like Hoosiers is not one of my, top 3 movies, but I love it. And I'm quite surprised by this, and in another way, not surprised by this.
It's delightful to finally have this is a huge upset. But should we go to the other side of the bracket and see if there's another
I think
upset?
we should, because we got other things to talk about. Because you got a Robbie, sweet Jesus, it's a miracle. Is that good for you, Robbie? Oh, it is good for you, Robbie. Yes.
We have to see if that screws Danny the Dolphin Lundy. And when you screw
wish
a
I had
dolphin,
known
you're pounding
as
that
much-
blowhole.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I knew as much about brackets before this began as apparently Rob Otto knows about brackets.
Rob knows a lot about a lot of things. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
And in this corner.
The second ticket printed tonight on a trip to the Final Four in Onaway, Michigan, which you can look up as a real word. We have on the left side, unshowered, unshaven, unclean, undefeated, at least in that one match. It is Rocky Balboa with 63 votes. And on the right side, in this match that went 5-minute rounds, the judges' decisions are in Any Given Sunday, starring Jamie Foxx and Al Pacino with 20 votes, and we hold serve, or as Daniel Baker would say, salt or chalk. I'm not entirely sure which it is. The number 1 seed, Rocky. Everyone knew it was going to happen. Moves on to the Final Four, where Rocky will face, in no question, will face Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams for a shot at the title. The GSMOAT. Back to me. Okay, baby. There we go. That is while you're doing
Jude Stenson just texted me on my phone to say, where is my shout out?
What the fuck, dude?
My fragile ego needs the recognition. I shouted you out when you first showed up and told you I loved you.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure, unless there's an October 6th celebration I'm forgetting, in which case I'm a piece of shit. But I don't think there is one.
I like an October celebration over an October surprise any day of the week.
Sort of
I was going to say any given Sunday,
Yeah.
but that's not quite right. Here we go.
So I'm not sure what you're looking for a shout out. My lovely, gorgeous homie, my OG homie. But I adore you. I'll adore you until the day I die. I was going to say until one of us dies, but the reality is if I outlive you, I'll still love you until you die. And yes, you are hoisted by your own petard.
Hoisted by petards. Ladies and gentlemen, now what we need to do is...
And you get what you deserve, son. You get what you deserve, Jude Christopher Stenson, because Nelson McClintock, my friend, is saying, hey, Jude, don't make it bad.
Oh my God! Here we go. All right, I can't even touch that. Let's go. Here we go. It is 6:58. You guys have done a great job at helping me be unsaid after the death of Mr. Edward Wolfgang Scott Carl Sigler Van Halen. Let's take a look. Here we go. Danny the Dolphin was in the lead, clear control in pole position. Now we refresh. We're gonna see where this goes, baby. I need you to pay attention. Here we go.
I'm paying attention.
Here we go. Ready? Checking which camera. Refresh. Who's in the lead? Who's in the lead? Game of Mao! Game of Mao! Oh, hold on. Everybody, hold your thoughts for 1 second. Game of Mao has fought his way back to the championship contention. Game of Mao, who was number 1 through almost the entire tournament, has now returned to the pole position, the pinnacality, the pinnacle mastery, the top of the pops. And oh my gosh, who is this? Who is We Shall See? We Shall See. Hold on, let's turn this off.
I don't know who We Shall See is, but they.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay. I'm gonna pay the $1 to the swear jar because I'm fucking fascinated. Where did We Shall See come from? Out of nowhere. Danny the Dolphin still in strong contention. Game of Mao in first place has picked Rocky, Caddyshack, Field of Dreams, and Karate Kid as his final 4, and all of those are still very much in contention. We Shall See has Field of Dreams winning it all. Mm-hmm. Caddyshack, Rocky, Karate Kid, Danny the Dolphin Lundy. Caddyshack, oh, Danny picked Hoosiers. Hoosiers is out. Hoosiers is out. Danny's biggest possible score. He has to get Caddyshack, Rocky, and the Karate Kid in the final four, and then Caddyshack has to win it all. Bad News Bears was robbed. Strong contender at number 4. Field of Dreams, Caddyshack, Rocky, the Karate Kid. That's a great final four. And finally, number 5, That Was Hard, Field of Dreams, Happy Gilmore. Probably not going to make it. We'll see. Any Given Sunday, and Dodgeball. If you want to see That Was Hard win, you got to vote for Happy Gilmore. Yeah, babe. That's not me. That's not me.
Can we see where I am?
All right, let's check. Let's check the.
It's not gonna be good, y'all. And Jude, my computer just died, but I was about to say I will always love you.
I'm at number 15. I think that's not bad. I'll take that. Hold on. There we go.
I am
gotta watch
completely
this.
at the
Does
end, except for the people who 15? Are no longer paying attention.
Let's see what my shots are. I've got Dodgeball winning it all, so that's out. Rocky,
you picked
Creed is out.
Dodgeball.
I thought the Junkies would pick Dodgeball. I thought the Junkies would pick Dodgeball.
I'm trying to move his chair.
Remember,
and he's,
I was
fit,
trying to predict.
He's very dense.
Wait, now you call me chunky? What's up?
No, I'm saying you fit, but
quickly
dense.
Back. Let's go to the bottom. Cool is now. You will not get last place, sweetheart.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you moved up quite a bit. Look.
Where am I?
I don't know. You moved way up.
They just decided I was never going to win, so they.
Do you see yourself?
Still no. Did you go all the way to the bottom though?
Yeah, I did. Look.
No, you did
ABS
not.
Winner. No, you're dead last.
I am fucking dead last, except for the 2 people who entered shit and never came back.
A is absolutely dead last, except for the people who didn't finish their bracket. All right.
I am very sporty.
This is about movies. This is about sport. Okay, babe. We have a couple more bits of information. Throw them out there, and then let's get out of here and go listen to some Van Halen and get fucking drunk. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck, shit, a damn, fuck,
so
shit,
I
damn,
have
fuck.
to say,
$10 out of $11.
I know that it's 7 o'clock already, but I have to say this because, it's interesting because earlier this summer, when we had a strategic loss for me, somebody who I knew and loved surprisingly died. It was very hard for me. We've all experienced that in the last 6 months. Scott is doing that today in a heavier way than I'm doing it, but I get it because that happened to me too. So I want to say this. I know that we're already past 7, but I'm going to go a little late to say the very first important kiss I ever had. The very first kiss I ever had. I'm trying to distinguish between a familial kiss and a romantic kiss. So like the first kiss I ever had was at a Van Halen 5150 concert. And I got tickets to go, and I invited my big crush, and we went, and his name was Michael, and we went all the way to the show, and we came all the way back, and he had a driver's license, so he drove me and came back and all that stuff. Look at him.
Jesus Christ.
I know. And just so happy. Just so
fucking
happy to be creating.
Having such a good time. Just fucking straight
and
up.
And this is a 5150 because this is still this is the 5150 days. These are the or the early days, These are the golden early days, and it was such a beautiful night, and I thought the rest of my life is going to be perfect, honestly, cuz you're 14, 15, whatever. And I came home and I got dropped off by Michael. Jude, you remember, probably, maybe not, I'm not sure. And he kissed me, and he did kiss me on the mouth, and he was like, that was awesome. I don't like you like that, but it's awesome that you asked me to go with you.
I don't.
And here's the crazy part of this. That show was so fucking rock. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I went to homecoming the very next day. Well, I think 2 days later, with a friend of mine who was gay, who wanted to go to homecoming and dance a lot, but couldn't go alone because he'd get made fun of. And me and Jeff went, and we had a great time. And then a lot of things happened, but it's a beautiful thing that I got to do this very classic, normative, I'll say, thing, and I got to go do this. And learned a lesson. I got my very first kiss that was important, and then I got my very first complete shutdown Like, you're great, but I only came with you because you had Van Halen
I've
tickets.
had many, many more shutdowns than that, my friend.
Well, me too. But my favorite part of this is I was so excited by that night. Like, now, at almost 50 years old, I would do this. I'd be like, oh, Michael.
All right. So,
Had you showed up and, like, leaned in a little and ghosted me the next day, that could have been our first. Like, that kind of thing. Like, because the concert was so glorious and fun and full of life and excitement and gorgeousness, right? The 5150 was a huge moment for Van Halen, you know? Very commercial, but huge. Yeah, Jude at Evergreen. You remember, Michael?
And we'll do this, and then we'll switch back.
His last name starts with a V.
Real quick, the show's over. This is just A and I riffing now, guys. So if you got shit to do, go do your shit. This book is Van Halen. It is by their tour manager.
Oh God, this is such a great book.
And
you
it
guys.
is
such a great book. You guys.
Sensational from the perspective, if you have any kind of entrepreneurial spirit, if you are a business person, if you want to make a thing about being creative, I cannot recommend this book strongly enough, because this gentleman, Noel Monk, who was the early manager for Van Halen and was instrumental in being, when it was a 5-person band, Noel was the 5th member of Van Halen. And of course, it's from Noel's perspective. It could be a giant bunch of bullshit. But when you hear about Noel understanding the Star Wars school of thought, the George Lucas school of thought about licensing and merchandising, and how he applied that to his clients, which were Van Halen, and how much money he made for Van Halen selling T-shirts with this logo you see down here before you. Mm-hmm. It is a master class, in my opinion, of taking 4 people who literally just want to create art, nothing but art. They want to have a good time. They want to be masterful musicians, and they want to entertain tens of thousands of people at a time. They want to be the biggest band in the world, and they were, and it's fine. The guy who made them all of their fucking money is Noel, because he took care of their licensing and their branding and their merchandise, to the point where there are several stories in this audiobook and this book about Noel taking a couple of bikers with him and a couple of cops that he was paying on the side to go out and roust out anyone who was selling unauthorized, unlicensed Van Halen merch at every
so that
single
the
concert.
fans could get the good seats. That's why they did that. That's why they paid for somebody to roust those people out. It's a gorgeous book.
It's a fascinating story. I cannot. There are many stories that are equally as American as what happens in this book. But not having experience in a lot of other cultures, there is few things as American as Noel Monk taking a baseball bat out to the parking lot of a Van Halen concert when he is the manager of the biggest band in the world, and telling people who are selling pirated merchandise, like, that's not going to happen here, son. You need to move the fuck on. It is capitalism. It is friendship. It is protectionism. It is self-preservation. It is all of the wonderful things that this culture has.
It's goodness, right? Like goodness for the reasons of good, right? So I'll say a couple things. Okay, Robin Taylor,
yes. Okay,
we did have merchandise or GFL book news. I am going to tell you that again on Thursday. I'll just do it really short here. The last time I talked to you guys, we had lost our entire publisher that did every other GFL book. Mm-hmm. One of my big targets is to find a publisher who will give you a consistent book. They will give you a book that looks and feels and smells and holds and loves just like the book that you already have, right? All the other books you already have. I have 2 bids, and I will say I am already decided on one. I'm almost sure. I've asked a whole bunch of questions about both of them. I believe what we're going to do is on Thursday, I'm going to tell you that we signed a contract and give you a little more information on an actual book. But yes, we did have book information. The book information is, even though we lost our entire printer, I now have 2 really viable options. And by Thursday, I will have probably signed a contract with a new printer.
Oh, I can't wait. And I literally have no idea what's happening because I'm editing and writing for you guys.
But he's literally 12 hours a day editing. So here's the thing, you guys. I know that we're super late, so I'm going to talk about all of that again on Thursday because some people have signed off to feed their kids dinner or go to bed or go to their jobs or whatever. So I'm going to do that again. But in the meantime, if any of you can see what's on this screen and understand the joy of this thing that they were doing, all of them, even David Lee Roth, you know, this is why we're trying to figure out our way through this and give you something entertaining and grateful and good, because look at how much fun these people
We're trying to have a lot of fun making stuff for you lovely, lovely
and we
people.
want you to be fun. We want you to have fun as part of it, just like
Thanks,
I
Tracy.
did.
Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Shannon. Thank you, everybody.
So we're going to be back on Thursday.
Thank you, Nelson.
We're
Thank you, Howard.
also going to have a Stand Up to Cancer charity on Thursday.
All right. So,
But-
we're going to sign off. My God, there's fucking 100 plus people on tonight
I
watching.
know, because you're
I got my
sad.
crying on. Wait, no, I didn't cry. I didn't cry because you know what? I'm a man and I don't cry, motherfucker.
I mean,
I don't
yes, you do.
cry.
Yes,
I'm
you
hard as
do.
Battleship steel. That's what I am.
Hey,
I'm
baby.
like a rusty anchor.
Hey,
I don't
baby.
cry. Yes, darling.
Eddie Van Halen died today.
All right. So
Real men cry, people. Real men fucking
We're
cry.
gonna go watch Van Halen videos, and
We love you as
my-
much as we love Eddie.
Also, in what goddamn world does the golden
Yes,
god of
Jake
Eddie Van
Campbell, we
Halen-
fucking cry.
What world does Eddie Van Halen outlive fucking Michael Anthony, who literally swang across the stage, chugging Jack Daniels?
I
What
mean, it's a
world
good
is
question.
This. What world is this? And I love Michael Anthony. He's a great bass player. He's a great backup vocalist. But
And I
Jesus,
sorta love it
he
both
literally
ways.
breathes Jack Daniels into his lungs. He ingests it.
Real humans cry. I can promise you. I know he doesn't want me to tell you this.
Oh,
I live with him.
if you guys got here late, no, I haven't cried at all. Suck a bag.
Real
suck a bag
fucking
of hot
alpha
teacher.
men cry when
I'm gonna
shit
go.
sucks.
We're gonna watch every goddamn Van Halen video tonight, and I am so
We love you
fucking
guys.
upset.
We fucking love Eddie Van Halen. We
You know what?
love you guys. And
Celebrate the wins, because that motherfucker, death is coming for you too. It's coming for everybody you know. Celebrate the wins. Enjoy life. Soak it up. Enjoy everything that you do. Tell people that you fucking love them. Tell everyone you know you love.
A
Call
lot
them
of
tonight.
times, do
Text
it
them tonight.
ugly.
Just fucking, it doesn't matter if
Do
you
it
don't like 'em.
sniffling, crying.
I'm gonna fucking go text a guy I don't even fucking like.
do it with curses.
But I'm
Be
gonna
like,
anyways.
you guys, I shouldn't have told you this because you're being a shit,
It's just-
but I love you.
I know people
Do
die
all
the
that
time.
tonight.
It's not every day that a fucking
Jennifer Bright, are you kidding me? The first time I met him, I was like, oh my God, you guys. But now, look at this dude. He hates it. He hates that he's sad. And yet, he's living in his sad for y'all, for us, for y'all, for everybody, for Eddie.
All right. You guys are great. Let's.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
Look at that last comment.
that's a good point. It's
Fucking
a point.
Tim Legauer.
It's a point, GSMOAT Round.
In what world does Keith Richards outlast everybody?
Because there is no justice in this world. There is no fairness in this
But
world.
there is
no
this.
righteousness in this world. There is only
There's
cockroaches
SIGLERinPLACE.
who survive. Keith
There's
Richards
SIGLERinPLACE.
is the fucking king of the cockroaches.
There's SIGLERinPLACE. So you guys are going to come back on Thursday. You are going to stay safe.
Stay science, motherfuckers.
Stay informed, motherfuckers.
And for the love of science, I fucking screwed up already. For the love of fucking science, listen, you know what? We're fucking learning shit, aren't we? We've learned
Just
some
stay
things.
science and come back on Thursday.
I've learned some things here this week. And those who don't listen to fucking science,
He'll be less
get
sad on
fucking
Thursday.
boned in the ear by science. Science wants everybody. They're coming for science is coming
Yeah,
for you.
that's just it.
Listen to fucking science.
Science wants everybody. We want you back here on Thursday. He's going to
Go ahead and jump, motherfuckers. Go ahead and jump.
He's going to be a little bit better about Eddie on Thursday. But we love you. Stay smart, stay social, stay science, stay informed, and
Ready?
please come back and see us on Thursday.